Henry Wadsworth Longfellow was a poet and a professor at Harvard University. In 1861, Longfellow suffered a great personal loss that plunged him into depression. His dear wife Frances had been sealing envelopes with hot wax in their home when the flame caught her dress. Hearing her cries for help, Henry rushed from his office and tried to smother the flames with a rug, but to no avail. In a desperate attempt to save his wife's life, Longfellow wrapped his arms around her, attempting to smother the flames, and permanently scarring his face in the process. His self-sacrificing efforts to save his wife proved to be for nothing, as Frances' injuries were so severe that she died the next day. Longfellow himself was burned so badly that he could not even attend his wife's funeral. Physically disfigured and emotionally broken, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow sunk into a deep depression. He considered his 18-year marriage to Frances to be the happiest years of his life. The following year, he recorded in his journal, "A Merry Christmas, say the children, but that is no more for me." In 1863, Henry was hit with another tragic blow. His son, Charles Appleton Wadsworth, ran off to Washington against his father's wishes to enlist in the 1st Massachusetts Artillery to fight in the Civil War. The illusions of the glories of war were soon lost on the young man, as he wrote home describing the horrors of seeing the men he commanded torn to shreds by enemy fire. Charles' own luck soon ran out, as he suffered a crippling wound. Longfellow traveled to Washington to bring home his son and nurse him back to health. As the month of December rolled along, Longfellow had to face the grim contradiction that the joys of Christmas presented versus the own dark spirit that he had allowed to dominate his heart. It seemed to him that the louder the joyous bells pealed, the louder the hopelessness of his heart echoed back. The conflict in his heart is immortalized in his poem, Christmas Bells. The original poem had 7 verses, showing the contradiction of a world singing of goodwill to men versus the reality that Longfellow saw in his own heart and in the world around him. While dwelling on the bells of Christmas, Henry Longfellow wrote out his heart's cry in the 6th stanza, "And in despair I bowed my head. There is no peace on earth," I said. Then, in the final stanza, Longfellow offered the answer to his own dismay. Longfellow writes, "Then pealed the bells more loud and deep. God is not dead, nor doth he sleep. The wrong shall fail, the right prevail, with peace on earth, goodwill to men."